Today we are going to talk about something which I think is most important, but it is not directly related to strategy, but it is actually more important than strategy. Have you ever heard the saying that culture eats strategy for breakfast? You heard that? So I want to talk about that. It is not like the tools, but it is the mindset that makes tools either effective or not effective. You don't need to have a strategy to decide what we're going to have for lunch or what we will do for after class. We don't. When you have a problem, you need a strategy. How do you know if you have a strategy or not? Every good strategy has to have three things. One is diagnosis. How can you solve a problem if you cannot diagnose? How is it possible? You have to diagnose, right? Remember? And diagnose, in the very first class, we talked about something like this. Value creation, do you remember? Value capture, value creation. So diagnosis is, why is it that my customers are not buying from me? Is it because they don't like what I give them? I give them A, B, C, D, they want E, F, G, H. That is a possibility. Then the question is, why am I giving them E, F, G, H? That's a different thing. Another possibility is, no, the problem is not that I'm not giving them what they like. The problem is my rivals are also giving them what they like. So we are just like everybody else. I am not sufficiently unique. You understand? So the important point is, depending on diagnosis, you have to have a roadmap. How do you solve the problem? If this is wrong, this will be wrong too, right? And roadmap is basically, how will I do this? But everybody knows the roadmap. Let me give you an example. China is right now slowing down because what worked for China from year 2000 to 2020 is not going to what works for China moving forward, right? It has to create different kinds of jobs. Same as Singapore. Everybody knows that. But then the issue is, once you have a roadmap, this is the part which is really important, alignment. Who should be your customer? Why should they buy from you? What activities and resources are necessary to do this? And who do you need as partners? And finally, why can't your rivals do the same? So this is the Porter's 5 forces. Remember? Current rival, potential rival, substitute, supply. Do you remember we talked about this? This is about rivalry, this part. And this is about external alignment, external, and this is internal. If you do this, but you don't have this wouldn't work. But if you want to take a very broad view, first thing is, no problem, no need a strategy. If you need a strategy, because you have a problem, diagnose. Okay, once you diagnose, what is your overall approach to solve this problem? But this part is not a secret. Everybody knows. So, when I work with companies, sometimes they ask me to do non-disclosure agreement, right? So that I will not talk to everybody else. That's okay. I always do that because I get to have a lot of information. But the reality is, even if everybody knows what they're going to do, in rarity that they can copy. You can know this, but you cannot copy this. Knowing this is easy, but doing it is not easy. Do you understand? So that's why if somebody knows this strategy, they cannot find, okay, they know they need this partner, but they cannot get it. So alignment is actually not easy. And even harder is to do this. Okay? Are you with me? So I want you to focus about what it really is. And yesterday I pointed out today, and I'm going to see today when your presentation, if you can tell a story. If you cannot tell a story, you don't have a strategy, really. What we have is gut feelings, some ideas here and there. A story is very important because you need to tell that to your partners, your customers, even to some extent, your own employees. They don't need to have all the details, but they need to know why they are doing what they're doing, purpose. So having said that, today, this is kind of summary, what I have done for 3 days. And yesterday, what I did is showing this in the context of how you do your business in Asia.